Hello, welcome to 5 Foot Step. We're an actual play show brought to you by the folks at RMI TV and the Melbourne D&D Adventurers League. We're here tonight to tell a story together, so it's only fitting that I first acknowledge the oldest storytellers on this land and the ongoing culture of telling stories together which continues to this day. We meet tonight on the unceded lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and I pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Always was and always will be Aboriginal land. Before we begin, I'd like to mention that we take consent and respect seriously, and as such we've included safety tools in our game tonight. I've invited the players to share any lines and vowels they'd like implemented prior to the show, and additionally, we have these X cards on the table, which can be used at any time to ensure the safety of all players. Our story this season brings us to the remote island of Chult. It's a place where dinosaurs still roam the vast jungles and danger and excitement lurks around every corner. Fear and panic is spreading through the world, as any magic that can bring a creature back from the dead has suddenly stopped working, and those that have been previously brought back are withering and dying again. Welcome to 5 Foot Step, Episode 4, Whispers in the Dark. Recent events have drawn our heroes out of the city of Port Nanzaro and into the jungle in search of the origins of a dangerous drug named Wanderlost, made from grung poison and Yuan-Ti venom. The Yuan-Ti plan to use the Wanderlost as part of a plot to bring Dendar the Night Serpent back into this world. And investigations have led our party today deep into the jungle in search of the lost city of Bolobo. If you watched last week, you'll notice that Quinn, who was here, has gone missing. Not long after the events of last week's episode, she disappeared following a bird off to fight a bunch of zombies. However, we do have a new companion joining us today, so it's a good time for us to meet the characters that will be playing today and the people that will be playing them. Now, I'm going to throw it to you guys just to do a little bit of an introduction to your character, but I also want to know, what is your character's greatest fear? Let's begin with Joel.
Hi, my name is Joel, and I will be playing Demayet Zelhun, who is a Yuan-Ti wizard illusionist from the northern area of Faerun, around the Moonsea. Demayet is not your typical Yuan-Ti, as he was originally human, and due to being captured and tortured by a dragon in the city of Flan, magically turned into a Yuan-Ti, so has a lot of scarring that looks like serpent scales, otherwise dressed in traditional adventurer's fare, bit of a robes, bit of a leather breeches setup, a bit bookish, and he's down in Chult looking for a way to reverse being a Yuan-Ti, so turning back into human, and probably leading into his greatest fear would be finding out he is trapped forever in this body of a Yuan-Ti.
Awful. All right. How about Hugh?
My name is Hugh. I'll be playing the small turtle druid named Raur. He is a very dirt enthusiast character. And has made his way to Chult to bring over some dirt from the Quivering Forest to his family here in Chult. And I would probably say that since he hates worms, his greatest fear would be big-ass worms. So
In Chult, you can probably find some.
yes, we'll see what happens.
Purple variety.
All right, we'll get Roar a worming tablet. In the meantime, Mitch.
Hello, my name is Mitch. Tonight I'll be playing Gronin, the Grung Ronin. He is a Way of the Kensai monk and uses the Tasha's custom lineage race. Gronin's probably greatest fear is he has these recurring nightmares where out of the darkness appear these like twin disembodied hands that seem to grasp him, and there's like a caustic kind of layering to them. So it's very spicy, very ouchy whenever like the touchy. So we don't like.
The spicy bad touch.
The spicy bad touch, no
Yeah,
good.
fantastic. And Donna.
I am Donna and I'm playing Gedout, a Kenku bard. Gedout's greatest fear after having a chance to fly during the races that we did a few weeks ago, her greatest fear is not flying ever again, which she mitigated by this excellent Saturn that she has, where she can like cast fly once a day. So she's pretty happy. If she loses her weapon, she's going to be pretty sad.
Fair.
Weapon, instrument.
I mean, look, it's both. You could hit someone with it for
In the
sure.
hands of
Not going to.
In the hands of a bard, every instrument is a
Absolutely.
weapon.
It's a
Instrument is a weapon. Fantastic. Well, you've had a little bit of time to get to know each other as you've been traveling through the jungle for the last few days. The canopy has finally given way, however, to a clearing. And your guide, Wadumu, has been taking you through, staying overnight in the Grung places to rest and avoiding some of the worst dangers of the jungle. But as you step out into the light for the first time in days after you've been under this thick canopy, you see this open clearing with like ankle-deep grass. And as you kind of look further into this clearing, you can see that there are actually what look at first like covered hillocks and plant life and so forth. You realize it's actually a city that's been reclaimed by the jungle. It's grown up over these buildings, over these places that once had doorways and windows, but are now just these kind of stony rubble with plants that have regrown over it. And you can see as you look out the signs of several bodies face down in this grass that are kind of scattered around here. There looks like there was a campfire here that's long since gone out, but there are the kind of shape of bodies that have kind of been grown over by plants as well. You're not sure at a glance from a distance how long they've been here. But the thing that stands out most is in this clearing are these stone obelisks, a large almost circular looking one in the center, ringed by these stubbier stone monoliths. And as he steps out and points, Wadumu says, "You see, this is Balobo. This is where they say all the bad Yuan-ti, they make bad things happen. We found it. Balobo." What would you like to do?
I think I don't know about you guys, but I get very nervous whenever I see a large clearing. So it's just like I would like to assess for danger.
So, considering we've gained a friend, we've lost a friend.
Like gained a friend, lost a friend.
I'm assuming as well that
You've moved up in the world, let's be honest.
Yeah, we have. Sorry. I'm the first to die. With Quinn leaving, there was obviously lots of times she was wanting to leave due to hordes of zombies. Do we see, and like, we've been, obviously, thanks to Wadumu, we've been avoiding these, dangers of the jungle. What have we seen recently on our travels here and avoided to like, what's nearby?
Not much in the way of like zombie hordes. As you've been, yeah, I mean, as you've been traveling through the forest, not the forest, the jungle, the most kind of deep into the jungle that you get, it gets kind of closer and closer into like the real wild territory, places that haven't been claimed at any point in time by civilization. And for the last couple of days, you really haven't seen any sign of like villages or towns or anything like that until you've found this village. So it's been a lot of like, dinosaurs off in the distance that you've been able to, avoid with Wadumu's expert guidance. But not a lot around this immediate area in the way of undead.
That's good.
That is
That's good.
good
I
to
mean,
hear.
you could say it's good, or you could say that it's well overdue.
Well, you did say that they were like covered over mounds of bodies. So let's assume there's
That's
bodies.
true.
then.
You do see
They haven't
scattered
re-risen.
through,
Yeah,
a boot
so-
sticking out of a tuft
you
of
did-
grass.
But they look
and-
pretty old. Like you look like they're a fair while.
You can get a little bit closer and have a look if
Sure.
you like. From a distance, maybe 30, 40 feet away, it's difficult to tell.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's some bodies or body parts, one or the other, in this.
Or
and
clothing.
we're talking ankle deep grass. So we're talking someone hasn't mowed the lawn here for a couple of months.
For a while, yeah. I mean, a lot of it is kind of relatively low in this particular clearing area. In kind of some of the surrounding areas where it gets into like where the village once was, and it's kind of grown over the buildings and stuff. But you get the sense that at one point in time, this was kept pretty clear. So it's relatively low here. It's kind of, ankle to knee length, depending on how tall you are. Some of you taller than others.
And what did Watamu tell us about here? Just that the Yonti do bad things.
This where I told that Yuanti make decision here. Most bad Yuanti supposed to be here in Bolobo, but I no see.
Okay.
So
Okay. That's why we came.
long-term aim here, we're aiming to find the big bad and put a stop to them to stop Wanderlost.
Yeah, all of your kind of investigations so far have led you here. After the village last week, you put a stop to some rituals that were happening there, some of the creation of Wanderlost, but coming into that situation, Wudumu spoke to some of the villagers there, some of the Grung that were there, and found out that, like our friend here, like our friend, and the indication was that the place to look, if you want to know more about what's happening here, what's all going on or whatever, they'd heard whispers of this place, Bolobo.
Well, let's go a bit closer and have a bit of a look around.
Yeah, fantastic. So you can make your way into the courtyard. You can see there's these 6 taller stone monuments around the outside and this big central kind of almost gate-like obelisk in the center.
Get out or go and have a look at the obelisk.
The center?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you make your way past. You have to like step over a couple of bodies in the
Yeah.
grass and so forth to make it. As you start to approach the obelisk in the center, you can see that the obelisk here has writing, like etched symbols around the edge of it. And as Wudumu gets closer, he says, this Chultan, ancient Chultan.
Ancient Cholton.
You speak?
He kind of like rubs his eyes a little bit and kind of, can I make out some of the words?
Yeah, you have a look a bit closer at it. As you kind of step up close to it, you can see that kind of just around the ring, in just a few characters, these symbols that, as you start to read them, the first one says, I sizzle like bacon and am come from an egg. A backbone have I, but not a single leg.
Sizzle like bacon,
Excuse
I
me?
come from an egg. You managed to read a lot of that. A backbone have I, but not a single leg.
And you can see as you get close
like
to this one
bacon.
in the center,
Oh, like a snake.
there's actually a section on the kind of center of this like figure that's in the middle of it that almost kind of on the stomach is like sitting out, and it's this wavy handle that looks to be in the shape of a snake.
Nick.
Okay.
You snake sizzle.
Well, they go. That's what I think. That
Yeah.
a sizzle like bacon.
Is there more? That was just some of the writing that we've...
That was some of the writing, so like kind of started to read a little bit around, kind of maybe about like a quarter of what's there. If you wanted to keep reading on, I can give you the other 3.
Yeah, look, we'll give it a crack. I think we're quite happy that that is actually probably Snick.
Yes, yeah, like that.
The next one is here. You can read it in your voice.
While I've got 4 legs, I've no tail in sight. You see me in the day, but hear me at night.
Could be anything.
That's...
A grung.
4 legs.
4 legs.
No tail?
So it's probably a wombat.
It's what about they go ribbit,
Yeah, or a
ribbit,
frog.
ribbit.
Yes. I feel like there's context we're not getting here, though. So,
Maybe a little bit more reading.
yeah. I'm wondering as well, Demae's probably going to look at this and go, if enough of the party is able to read and understand what's written, because this is just the central
This is just an essential obelisk. And it's basically, I think, just Wudumu and Gronin that can read it.
Of course.
Get Out could cast comprehend languages if we need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next answer is going to be bird and turtle because I mean that's kind of us.
yeah, snake, frog.
Right.
Yeah. So, Demae's
Rangers
going
situation.
Think
to...
about that.
Perhaps if I'd thought well enough ahead, it would be.
Throwing a raven there as well for Quinn callback.
Yeah.
So you've also said that there was dead bodies in the ground, and I'm assuming the thing next to the token next to the obelisk is that old burnt out campfire.
Yeah, there was an old burnt out campfire here, and there's plant life everywhere that's kind of grown out over it. This is more of a kind of mushroom ring. The campfire is probably more like here.
Okay, right.
But there's some plant life here, and it's kind of partially grown over this obelisk a little bit.
All right. Well, Demae's, whilst our frogs are friends, are translating, I'm going to head down over to our little outside ring and start to have a look at what's here.
Yeah, fantastic. So you have a look at that one. You can start to get up close to it, and
Probably much closer to actually read.
Yeah, Get Out's right up as well.
They're probably the big eyes, not the fangs, the big eyes.
big eyes. You get a little bit closer to this one. You can see that it's a more simple design than the other one. There's no writing on it that you can see, but there is a section in the middle of it that looks like it's kind of sticking out a little bit, and engraved into this sticking out section of it is a shape that looks like a bee.
Bee. Okay. Demaean kind of looks down. It's like he'll probably do a little circle to make sure he sees it from all angles. You say it's in the top, so it's like a
Yeah, it's kind of
on the
more on the
side?
front.
Oh, on the
like
front.
just from the visual
Okay.
here, I've just kind of changed the description a little bit of how they look, but it's kind of about like chest height, a little kind of square section that sits out from it, and
it looks like it can be pressed.
and it looks like it could probably be pushed in.
Okay, so Demaean's going to kind of do a little bit of a circle around, look at it, pull out his notebook, quickly, do a little sketch, and then look up and go, a bee?
A bee?
Bees have 4 legs.
No, they've got 6 legs.
No, they got more legs than that, but a bee? Is anything there a bee?
Not yet.
Well, you've only read half of it so
Yes,
far.
we've still got
but
2 more.
Raw and Get Out. What do you?
Well, Get Out's up here with.
Did you want to read?
Gronin.
Did you want to read the next one then?
Yeah. Well, she can ritual cast comprehend languages.
So you can sit
yeah.
and focus on that.
She's
for a little
checking up
while,
on you.
while everyone's kind of having a look around.
Just an editor-in-chief.
Hang on, Get Out voice. Armoured but not a knight, snapping but not a twig, always moving, always at home.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Was this pre-planned?
I wish it was. Let's pretend it was. What is Raw doing?
Raw is, well, he's obviously not there. He's
No.
gonna, you said we stepped over bodies. He's gonna actually.
Yeah, you want to have a look at a body?
I guess any specific bodies that look.
Yeah. So
Intact.
you wander over to the closest one, and you can see as you kind of peer down at it, they look like they were maybe members of like a mercenary company or something like that. Give me a medicine check if you want to try and work out what happened to them, or a history check if you want to try and like identify the
Medicine.
uniform that they're wearing.
The first roll of the day is that 20.
Fantastic.
23 medicine.
All right, fantastic. I'm going to give you everything
They're
for that. That's fair. Yeah, they're absolutely dead.
That's what you get with a 20.
So what you can tell is that it's difficult to tell exactly what the cause of death is. Like, they've been here probably for the better part of about 2 weeks, maybe a little bit longer.
Still pretty new, right?
So
Not that I know this yet.
relatively new, but you know, they have started to decompose a little bit, and maybe that explains a little bit of why they've kind of got this like pallid green color to them. You look closely at them; they've kind of got this like jaundice, yellowy green tinge to their skin.
Not enough dirt in the diet.
Yeah, quite possibly. You know, you think if they, you know, got a little bit of brown into them, that would kind of, you know, color out their palette a little. But what you can also tell, however, is that they are members of the Flaming Fist mercenary company, which you've seen some of around Cholt and Port Nyanzaru. But it's strange that they're this deep into the jungle. Usually they've been kind of making expeditions more around Port Nyanzaru and maybe like a day or two's travel from there. But you're maybe like a week into the forest, into the jungle at this point in time. And it's weird that they're this far out. You can kind of see like glints of that like kind of red uniform on a bunch of them around here. Clearly there was like a whole company of them here, and they've all, whatever killed them, they've all died of the same thing.
Okay. Okay. Do they have helmets?
They do. Do you want to touch one?
Or do you want to like fill them up with dirt?
Take off the helmet of this one. Yeah, and I fill off with dirt. And then I figure out if there's any, I guess, other valuables in there.
Okay. As you slide the helmet off from this one,
Oh no.
you start to like slide some dirt into it, and you're looking away for a brief moment. You just swear you hear this. When you look back, it's not moving.
Are you hungry? No? Not hungry. Okay, keep going.
What's everyone else doing during this time?
Maybe we should read out that last puzzle.
The last line, and then look at the rest of the things.
Yeah, maybe we should get all the clues first.
Yeah.
Completely oblivious to what's going on
yeah.
here.
Well, I mean, it makes you're all doing some things simultaneously.
Yeah.
You know, this would have taken a little while to you know, do a proper medical analysis. Who would like to read the last one?
I'll read the last one too if you want. Because, you know, get out, read it. Within a layer of silver string, I dispatch my prey with a biting sting.
Definitely a bee.
Yeah. or a
Mention anything
spider.
about dancing though, so I mean.
It's certainly not a bird though, so it's not us.
Oh,
Then you were a spider person.
Pretty close.
I'm not a spider person.
yet.
Oh.
Please don't do that. That's scarier than not flying forever.
I suppose whilst all this is going on, Demae's going to slowly do the rounds. You probably would have got the...
Are these in sequence, the way that we've gotten them
so
from
top
you
to
as well?
bottom there, that's clockwise around the ring. So you make your way over to the next one in the line. It has a similar design with a little panel that sticks out, and this one seems to have the shape of a turtle.
Rawr, I found you.
Huh? But I'm here.
Noted for later.
Is there anything like, can I like approach one of these pillars and see if there's anything like that we can touch or push or?
Didn't you say
on
that one
these
was,
ones?
did have
Yeah.
a thing?
Yeah, so they do have a panel where the
Also,
design
yeah.
is.
So where that animal symbol is engraved in, that little section sticks out a little bit, and it's roughly square. Do you want to push one? Which one?
Wait till you look at them all first.
Which one do you want to push?
Yeah, maybe we should figure out where they all are first.
Yeah, let's...
And with the writing on the central obelisk,
So
it's only the 4. There's no other writing.
There's just the 4, and the central one has more of a handle. It's not so much a push button as like a handle that you grip, and it's like a wavy snake shape.
Yeah, let's get the others.
So-
Let's finish the clues.
Just trying to think if the handle would be like a door, right?
What?
So wouldn't that be last?
Well,
unless
I'm
there's a
figuring that
snake over
maybe
here as well.
if once we figure out what's on these,
Yeah.
we probably go 1, 2, 3, 4, and
Yeah.
then the door will open in some way. Like we push.
Approach this
If
one.
we've got da 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 da.
The shape of an elephant.
Oh, get out and come and have a look at this one.
As you get closer, you step over another body. This one has the
great.
shape
She's not worried
of
about
a
them.
frog.
Another.
We were around the
yeah,
frog.
okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, the ribbit.
We'll do a little, we'll kind of
Do you wanna
wander-
look at one, or
we'll
do you
a
wanna
little
stay
wander
with
over
him?
to this one here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, pretty. This one, Skito.
Oh, a mosquito, right.
Oh, I was like, a one thing.
One thing monkey, yeah.
No, one thing you aren't is an elephant.
It's got two.
No, I know.
Is the zombie moving? Is the body moving? So I can't mitigate this. Sorry.
How closely do you look at it? Because
I'm gonna just keep checking on
Or did
his
you
body.
think it was your stomach?
do you want to search it?
Yeah, I'm gonna search.
Okay, no problem. Give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Somebody's just
Oh no!
Nope, it's lost
The
forever.
dice down.
No. 5.
You reach down, you can see that this one is carrying one of Short's world famous satchels that everyone loves. It's strung across the, and to get it off, you have to kind of start to pull at it. And as you do, a hand grips yours.
Oh no.
As it looks up, its eyes wide.
Just one hand, not two.
Roll initiative.
Oh.
Can I have this bag, please?
Another nat 20.
Yeah,
You go first. Maybe.
maybe.
Go first before me anyway.
Okay, 20 and over, anyone?
Yes, 22.
22, fantastic. 15 and over?
16 for Gronin.
And 15 for Get Out.
18 for roll.
Oh, wow, nice.
Okay,
Nicely
well.
done.
Good first set of rolls.
They actually rolled quite well, but they have a negative, so... no.
They fell over the dead.
Yeah.
That's the rules.
Yeah.
So everyone rolled pretty well. Do you make any noise as this hand grips you and these cold, dead eyes look up at you from this pallid face?
Yeah, do we
You
know?
And all around you, you start to hear that same as several other creatures start to wake.
Is there an undead picture somewhere?
They're not as far as you've noticed, but they are starting to stir. There's a dozen or more bodies, but you can see at least 4 of them are starting to stir. Demea, you were the first to react to this. What would you like to do?
Okay, I see you've just scattered some bodies all over the place.
Yeah.
Am I noticing the one that is apparently super close to me?
I think so. I mean, these are the 4 that you can see that are definitely moving at this point in time. They're kind of stirring and starting to get up. They're very slow moving, but definitely they are noticing you now.
All right. I'm going to call out to the party and be like, I think we're going to have to do the puzzle quickly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Who's got the first one? And that's probably all I can say in the space of 6 seconds.
If you want to move them down to the front, maybe that might clear up some space for not like these ones.
Oh, right.
And then you know we won't.
Zombies.
Yeah, I'm just going to move all the zombies
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
off camera.
Yeah.
Aurora's tanking. It's
Oh,
great.
they're all gone.
Okay, well, I've called out to the party. I am going to see the one starting to stir near me, and let's not start off with anything too drastic. Let's just try to set it on fire with a firebolt.
Okay.
And that's not as great as I want it to be. It's a 9 on the dice, but I do have +6, so it is a total of 15 to hit.
That's okay. It is very slow moving, and the armor isn't doing much at this point in time now that it's rotten, so you definitely hit.
Excellent. And unfortunately, we're still just level... Demea is the most powerful fire mage in the history. That's a 1 point of fire damage.
Its flesh is kind of like sickly and sodden with dirt and moisture, and it
I
just
blame Raw.
doesn't catch light.
Okay, and I'm going to... Turtle was one of the puzzle ones, wasn't it? I don't want to remove.
Yeah, stay there.
I'm just gonna move back a little bit. I'm still within. It's got to stand up.
Yeah.
Which can take half its movement, and then it's a slow thing anyway. I've got okay, cool, and I will end my turn there. Yes.
Fantastic. Raw, you're face to face with one of these creatures.
So it's laying down.
It's laying down. It's kind of, not mechanically, but it's kind of grasped at your arm. It's not holding you, it's not grappling you, but you can slip free. But any moment now, it looks like it's going to lunge at you.
Okay. No touching.
Very, very soon.
No touching. Do we have a wild shape, man?
Yeah, absolutely. What would you like?
You'd have a bear, don't you?
Bear. I do have a bear.
Oh yeah, let's go for a bear. Oh yeah.
Not sure how a polar bear would go in the jungle.
It's
It's a little hot for it, but
Thematic.
it's supposed to be a brown bear, so
yeah,
just
it's all right.
visually, you know.
So all of a sudden, this creature is now just this bristles of fur propping up from Raw's arm, and it's just suddenly its hand kind of like snaps with like the bigger forearm, and some of its finger bones crack as it's now gripping onto this bear claw.
The bear also has a big turtle shell on him. He'll attack it twice
Fantastic.
because it has multi-attack. So,
Suddenly you're being mauled by a bear. One moment you think you've got the jump on someone.
well, the bite is a 9 to hit.
Good news, 9 hits.
Oh shit, yeah. Cool. That's a D8. Which is, oh Jesus. A 1 plus 4, so that's 5 piercing.
It's a low damage night tonight, yep.
And,
That's a nat 20, baby.
Nat 20 plus 6, that's 26 to hit.
Yeah.
4.
Strangely, that one doesn't.
Claw.
It casts improved shield.
That's 16
Fantastic.
slashing.
You start savaging this thing. It is suddenly like the arm that was gripping you is now torn off and thrown asunder. And that satchel that it was carrying, now that the arm is not there, just kind of slots to the ground. And a couple of things roll out of it. It seems like there's probably something useful in there. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
That's it. Do anything else?
Fantastic. Let's stand these guys up. Each one of them is going to stumble to their feet. And they don't have a lot of movement, but they can still get to here. They can... Oh, actually, let's put a little thing on for Wadumu as well. That's real bad.
Wadumu friend.
Wadumu is like kind of, trying to hide behind here as this thing kind of lumbers over towards in the direction of him.
Which way would you like this one to?
It'll move kind of over to here.
That's right. Go after the wizard.
One of them will take a big kind of like with his one remaining arm back at the bear. All of a sudden, if it had a working mind, it might be confused by this situation, but. As it lunges towards you, it tries to overhand hit the bear. That's a 21 to hit.
Oh, that hits. Brown bear has 11 AC.
That's a total of 8 points of bludgeoning damage as it kind of cracks the bear across the jaw. And suddenly, get out, you realize a creature is looming over your shoulder and brings a fist down to try and hit you as well. That one, however, is a 13.
That just hits.
Just hits. And you are pummeled for 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alrighty.
Get out, it's now your turn.
So Get Out is going to yell to Gronin, maybe to Gronin to get to the middle and for Raw to get to that one, which we think is probably a spider because it fits the thing. We haven't looked at it yet. She's going to tell us to go like that, and then she will. Then she's going to sing an insulting song to the zombie. Something about falling down and not getting up again, potentially. Yeah. Could it please make a whiz save?
It'll try. It's not particularly good at this. That's a 9.
2 points of psychic damage. And we have advantage on the next attack on it.
Fantastic. Okay. That's it. You're staying where you are.
And also because frog's a thing.
Fantastic. Gronin.
Frog's the thing. Now, looking at these like square tablet pushy-in thingies,
Yeah.
does it look like it will take considerable effort to push it? Like, would this take an action versus would this be an interact with an object?
So what you can see is it looks like it's a pretty old mechanism, and some of them look in worse shape than others.
Yes.
So you think that most likely this will require a pretty significant effort. It's not going to be an easy push. It will take an action, but there's a chance that maybe they're not even in good working shape.
Gronin spent a fair bit of time over by the door reading out the sigils and whatnot.
Yeah.
Did the snake handle itself look like an actual button that could be pushed in, or was there a snake?
It actually kind of looks more like a handle that can be gripped and pulled.
It's kind of funny because it doesn't sit like I thought that the way that the puzzle would work was we would press, pull the door.
Yeah.
But the snake is the first one.
Because it was, you said they were in a circle, so
Yeah.
Unless we have to go the other way around.
They're in a circle, so it could be
Yeah.
the last one.
I
So
will.
it could be dirt.
Could be.
it could be any order then.
Yeah, but
Look,
we
it
could
could
try
be.
that, couldn't we? Because it
Yeah.
just seems,
That seems like the last one.
yeah, it seems like the logic.
But in
to do
terms
that.
of, I will tell you what you know as a native Chiltern speaker.
Yeah.
Is that the way that the characters read, it wouldn't make sense for it to be the other way around because the characters still go in that left to right order.
Yeah.
So
was
it's
it more like an
possible
arch? So it's a definite start and a definite
it's a
finish?
definite start and a definite
Okay.
finish because it goes around the arch.
And the snake was the definite
So, I mean,
first
it's
one.
possible that it's a trick, but logically, from a language perspective, you don't see why
Okay.
it would be backwards.
Well, I guess we just try it in order and see what happens.
Yeah, look, let's give it a crack. Gronin
Summons more zombies.
kind of
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen?
gripping his mushroom hat, he kind of just pulls it down as he kind of reaches into his inner self and will spend one key point to activate Step of the Wind, giving himself a bonus action dash. So he now has 80 feet worth of movement,
Fantastic.
which will be more than sufficient to get across here. He will then use his action to grip the snake handle
Yeah.
and activate pull. Action.
Fantastic. As you grasp
Wonder
it
twin
and
powers.
start to pull, you can hear that. You hear this kind of like the handle pulls forward and kind of almost twists to the side. And when it does, you start to hear something deep underground rumble. And some of the flagstones around under the feet that you're standing on just kind of start to move down just a fraction of an inch. And you can see that like kind of there's this gradual gradation. It's not enough for it to actually be forming anything yet, but you start to almost kind of see this like almost circular staircase starting to sink into the ground around the obelisk.
Gross.
Okay, but it seems like
That seems like
a good start.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I've got a fair bit of movement left. I can probably get at least halfway through. So if Hugh's quite happy, I can probably do a run to our possible arachnid friend then.
which is the last one anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right, okay, cool.
Yeah, you happy with me continuing moving, or do you want me to?
I was just like
dude.
yell out to get us, give us a plan.
It was about like 50 feet to get here, so I could probably do another
Yep.
10, 20, 30 to there.
Sorry, snake. Sorry.
Yeah, you start to run over towards that one.
hopping.
As you get closer to it, you can see the shape of a spider
good.
on the button.
Spider.
Fantastic, that's your turn.
That's my turn.
All right. Waduma was like, and starts to like kind of.
And I heard running towards another one.
Yeah, he's kind of like,
We didn't give him very good
Where to go?
instruction. We gave
Where
us
Waduma go?
instruction.
Where to go? He is kind of panicking, is kind of like fumbling in his pouch for like a blowgun or something, not quite sure what to do. What you will see, however, is that the plant that is kind of wrapped around the central obelisk is now starting to kind of like move and unfurl as well. And this big cloud of yellow gaseous thing starts to spread in the center here. But
I'm glad you moved.
thankfully, none of you are close enough to be in the spore.
Good.
Right.
Demayan, what would you like to do?
Oh, I love it when more little tokens come over there. So, being an illusionist, most of my spells require the enemy to have a brain. Unfortunately, we are fighting zombies, so yeah, we're not going too good.
They might have some brains soon.
Well, you know, it depends. Yeah, it depends. Admittedly, though, I did do at least 1 point of damage on the creature in front of me. So let's go with something that might be a bit better, and we're going to toll the dead out of this creature.
Out of that one?
So if you could please give me a wisdom save.
Okay.
As he points at the creature, that is definitely not enough. A little bell rings out, and that's much better. That is 9 points of necrotic damage.
Fantastic. You can kind of see it covers its ears as it kind of wobbles on its feet and starts to kind of split a little down its face.
And then I am going to remember if I have bonus actions. I do not. And then I'm just going to, you know what? I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to
Because we need you on that one eventually.
Yeah, but I'm going to try and get it to go that away and then kind of circle back.
Yeah.
Try and draw it away to get enough space to get back there. And I'll end my turn there, knowing that Raw can, you know, come save me.
Fantastic.
Maybe.
Raw, you've taken a bite out of this thing. It's taken a bit of a crack at you, but it's looking in pretty bad shape. What would you like to do?
I'm going to reshape it by biting it again. Hit. Ooh.
That's still going to hit, I'm going to tell you that now. Unless you've got a negative modifier.
Nope.
Absolutely
It's
gonna
plus
hit.
6, so it's 15 to hit.
Yep.
For a bite damage of 9 piercing damage.
Fantastic. It is just barely holding on. It's kind of like you've got it in the jaws and you're just shaking it and it's just...
Yeah. I'm going to claw at it, but like try to knock it out of the
Go
way.
for it.
I guess. 19
Fantastic.
hit. So it's 19 hit.
I think your minimum damage is going to take this one out. You claw across its guts as it spill out in front of it and drop it to the ground. It's now in a pile on the ground next to this satchel. And you can see inside a couple of shiny little potion bottles.
Cool. I'm going to try to like
There's guts
claw
in the satchel.
and just try to,
A little bit of both. They've kind of mixed together a little bit now. There's a little bit of guts on the satchel.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and put the potion stuff into the...
The bear scoops up the... yeah.
I'm going to say that's my bonus action because I can't do it. It just takes a bit of effort.
Yeah,
and
you can pick it up in your jaws.
in my jaws, and it's going to run to this one.
Fantastic. To that zombie one.
Yep.
Yeah. Drops the satchel and starts to go over that one. But I think that's your turn.
Yeah. That would be 40 minutes.
Fantastic.
As I turn around, it's all right. Raw can back me.
All right, fantastic. It is their turn now. That one looks up and sees this bear like barreling down at it, and it will try and swipe at you as you come close to it. That, however, is only going to be an 11. I don't think that's going to get you.
11, nope. Wait, no, it just hits. It
does hit for the bear. Yeah. It's a
9.
pretty big target. It's fair. It catches you with a glancing blow for 4 points of bludgeoning damage. This one will start to lumber across. It is going to dash to get close to you and try to kind of like lunge towards you. It's not smart enough to do much else, but it is right up in your face, snapping. And this one that you insulted is going to take another swing at you at disadvantage. That's going to be a 5.
Yeah, not enough.
Fantastic.
Insults win.
You can see a single tear roll down its cheek. It was like,
I told him it was never going to get up again.
and it's your turn.
Get Out is going to do whatever she thinks she needs to do on the frog
Push it in.
thing. Push it in.
All right. Give me a D6 roll.
D6 roll.
Yeah.
Alrighty. A 5.
5. Okay. Let's find out if that's good.
Yeah,
Please
because
be
it might
good.
not.
Please be good.
You actually look at this one and you realize that as this moment that you put your hands up to push on it, you realize that the actual panel itself is missing.
Oh.
Give me a perception check.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Like the kind of shape is there just above the
13.
button, but the actual panel itself is kind of like
Right.
oddly missing. You notice it in the brush kind of just nearby, and you manage to like, and just like pick it up and jam it back on, but you aren't actually able to activate it
Alright.
on this turn because
while.
because it took so long to
Yep.
put it back on.
Okay.
But it's going to work now, but not on this
I'll
turn.
yell out to my friends that I haven't quite got it yet then.
Fantastic.
So they know that I'm up next.
And Woodland was like, "You need help!" Hop, 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 hop. And it starts to kind of run in your direction. Gronin.
Gronin with 40 feet should be able to. Hugh, if you don't mind bringing little Gronin across to the front of our obelisk. Just to, the spider
spider
one.
one.
Spider.
Oh, yep.
He's going to put his hands up and he's going to ready in action for when
As soon as the other one gets activated.
the turtle has been activated.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, it's me. That's right. Yeah.
All good. Okay. Fantastic. And Wadumu makes his way over and says, "You ready? You ready? Hop, hop, together."
Yep.
Together. Pushes it in, and as it does, you start to hear the rumble of stone underneath as a few more of those flagstones start to lower into the ground, and you have activated the turtle.
Cool.
You see this happening, you hear it happening. Did you want to activate?
No, because I'm waiting until the turtle is pushed.
Good catch.
I see you, trick.
We're experienced D&D players. We have read the question multiple times. We
And you prepared your response.
Said the spider to the fly.
yeah, and still we'll probably get this wrong.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You can see this plant now that you're kind of close to it. As the bear, you kind of look over to this strange thing, and it kind of just wafts out another cloud of this yellow dust. Can you make me a wisdom save?
Oh no.
At least as a wild shape, you
17.
keep your own mental
Okay,
stats.
that's good. That's
But I
good.
mean, it's raw.
You kind of you sniff it and you sneeze out this cloud of yellow dust, and it doesn't seem to take any effect on you.
Dust is just flying dirt. This is your element. This is your
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
What's your favourite terrain?
Yeah.
Domain, it's your turn. You have a zombie right up close to you in your face, and
So,
Take the op attack.
yeah, so for all the viewers at home, they're probably like, well, he's just going to Misty Step. This is the one wizard of my 11 wizards that doesn't have Misty Step. I don't need judgment from you, bitch.
Why don't you just bonus action dash? Come on, can't everyone do that?
So I will take the opportunity attack.
Take it like a bear.
that's going to be a 13.
So as the arm comes slinging down, I just turn around and kind of flick my hand to the side, muttering some arcane words, and a magical shield will come up as I spend a first level spell slot to do
Fantastic.
that. Note to self, mark off a
You just
shield.
kind of boom, pings off this arcane sigil in the air, and this zombie kind of
Like,
stumbles
bad
forward.
zombie. And I will, so that was using my reaction, by the way.
Yep.
Continue up to the mini obelisk, and hopefully there is a plate there to press.
Roll me a d6.
Don't be a 5. No, that's a 2.
It's a 2, okay. It
down
looks
five.
it looks to be in full working order.
Looks to be.
Looks to be.
You want to push it?
Come on.
I will attempt to push.
You push hard on it, your little weedy wizard arms strain against it, and it moves in, and you hear a rumble as more steps start to descend. And Gronin, you hear this as well.
Gronin pushes.
Give me a d6.
Oh no! Oh, no!
We forgot
I'm
about
ready to go! I'm ready to go! Oh god, it's a 5.
You're like so focused. You're like watching, ready, and you turn back around and you see it's just kind of fallen in front of you. With your passive perception, you can see it's kind of hit you on the feet, and you're and you put it back up again. You put it back, but unfortunately, you don't have time to activate it on this turn.
It's all right. We can all run, and then you're really good at running. So we're gonna be okay.
Yep. I've cemented my
But it's
place.
real
Yes,
close.
Marty.
You can see now that the stairs have kind of descended almost to the point that you could get in. If you were just a little smaller, maybe you could squeeze through. You think this last one will get the job
And
done.
the stairs are starting from here.
The stairs are starting
Yeah,
kind of
they're
down
around
underneath
there.
it.
I thought that's how it worked.
Fantastic. And back into the initiative order, Raw.
All right, Roll will see this one
Yep,
and try to bite at it.
go for it.
Oh, that 20.
Fantastic.
Yeah. That's
I am concerned we're wasting all of our nat 20 earlier on, because that's like, what, the third or fourth one?
Yeah, he's used them all up.
Screwed.
Ability works.
13 piercing damage.
Fantastic. You tear into this thing. It hasn't taken damage up until this point. You kind of shake it around with your jaws, and it kind of slips free, I think, on that nat 1.
Yep. Yep.
And
but-
I spoke too soon. Sorry.
Yep.
Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
That's it.
That's it, fantastic. It is now their turn. It's going to take a swing back at you. That's going to be a 16 to hit. And it will pummel you for 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yep. And I take it.
The one behind Get Out is no longer at disadvantage, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, there's only one turn.
Yeah, you're focused on the obelisk and the grung in front of you, and it just kind of reaches over your shoulder. However, it swings wide, and only a 6 to hit.
Nice.
As the other stumbles back towards Demayet and leaps towards you as you are pushing in the statue. That is going to be it would be a hit. Your AC is currently 18, is that right? Or have you got mage armor up?
No, I hadn't stated I casted mage armor, so hang on. An invisible barrier force appears and protects you until the start of your next. Yes, so my
Your AC would still be higher.
Yeah, my shield is still active until I start my next turn. So yes,
No problem.
So I'm 18 at the moment.
18. Unfortunately, that isn't 18. So the mage armor would have saved you, but unfortunately in this case, that is only 3 points over of bludgeoning damage as you just get upside of the head. Get Out.
Get Out is going to run. So she's just going to dash. She's going to take the opportunity.
Take the swing?
Attack, yeah.
All right.
And she's going to yell to Woodamoo to follow her.
Yeah, it lurches towards you. It's only a 9. It misses you.
5, 6, 7.
Yes.
Wherever she needs to be.
Run, you fool! Run,
to get
run!
down. Yeah. She's got plenty of movement.
Go, 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 go! Up, 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 up!
And Gronin.
Gronin can push.
Push.
Push!
As you do, the last of the stepstones start to sink down into the earth. You can see an escape. As more and more creatures start to lurch to their feet, you can all turn towards this. And let's quickly play this out and make sure that you get there without getting hurt. Woodamoo will dash over to get there. The plant is kind of starting to lurch towards Get Out as you approach. That is only going to be an 11, however, as it tries to
misses.
brush past you on the way.
Catches a feather.
Yeah, it just catches a feather. And you can kind of see it kind of like throb with this kind of intense vibrating pain.
Gross.
It just misses you. As you start to make your way down the stairs. Demayet?
Cool. Did you also run in, or are you?
Well, I've used my action, so if I can use my movement, I will
Yeah,
do 40
absolutely.
feet of movement
Go for
to
it.
get closer, however close that gets me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
don't want to leave
So I
new
think-
friend behind.
Yeah, it's really just a matter of at this point, I think, whether or not you guys take any damage on your way down.
Yeah,
you've got a clear run down.
As I start to leave the reach of this zombie, the shield spell that I cast on my last turn will unfortunately end, returning my AC to normal. But since I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 need to dash in order to,
All right.
I will take the attack of opportunity.
That's an 11, which
That
will
is going to miss,
just
thankfully.
misses past your ear.
They're not very good, are they?
No, they're not.
They're very slow lumbering. With the satchel at your feet and the zombie in front of you, what does Raw do?
And just before, as Demae's jumping in, I'm like, Raw, leave the zombie alone. Get in here.
How bad does the
walking
zombie
upstairs.
look?
It's damaged, but not significantly.
Okay. I'll,
You'd have to get real lucky to finish it off.
heeding my my party's advice, I will grab the satchel
Yep.
and the helmet of dirt.
You scoop them up, and as you bound down the staircase into the darkness, that is where we will pick up after this break.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
That seemed like
Wait,
a
hold
good,
on.
a
Can
good
I
break
fit?
spot.
Yeah,
I think so.
just.
If not, we'll give you a push.
My name is Lars Prince, and I'm going to be graphics operator on the show. Admittedly, I do have a preference for film, but TV and television broadcast are a great place to upskill because there's a real time crunch, especially when you're doing things live. There's not a lot of time to futz around and get things perfect. It's a very good way of forcing you to gain skills and get confident with them without wasting a lot of time being a perfectionist. I came to RMI TV because I was looking for something that would help me gain even more experience in the screen industry, and I didn't have a ton of things draining my time, so I was like, RMI TV sounds great. It's not that far away. It's a place that I've been before, so I'm super familiar with the equipment and get to meet new people as well. With RMI TV, I've worked on In Pit Lane, I've done Fiber 8, I helped with a music video called Set to Stun, I believe that was the band name. And I've been doing lighting director and CCU for The Cutting Room. Being able to work alongside people with more experience and time in the industry has been super invaluable because, I mean, I've had a bit of experience from my course, but I still acknowledge there is so much out there for me to learn, and being able to get firsthand experience and teaching from people that have been doing this for a while and, you know, have a really good idea of the industry and the equipment they're working with and productions in general is just really, really helpful.
First of all, we have to welcome Bear.
He doesn't talk much, but he makes a big statement.
Do you like your motorsport with big statements?
You're not allowed to do it. Have any fun here.
We hit a bird.
Oh,
and that's not my fault.
Do you want motorsport with some rock and roll?
I'm looking forward to a headbang. I've got my best noggin on tonight.
Some unplugged, smooth jazz, singer-songwriters. They are hardcore.
I've got the pictures. I distribute the drums.
In Pit Lane, your home for local motorsport on Channel 31.
Hi, my name is Louie and I'm the producer of 5 Foot Step, and I'm back on camera today to thank everyone who has tuned in every week to watch this show. This project started as a small weekly show and an excuse to continue working with friends after a previous show had finished. It has now evolved into something completely different, and that is in many ways due to the support of my producing team, Niall Allen and Jaden Whitelaw, as well as the continued support of the Melbourne DDAL. With all that said, this is our last episode before our mid-season break. We will be back on air on the 18th of July with episode 5, Over the Edge. Thank you for sticking around this far, and we hope you'll join us back after our break.
Welcome back. So as you make your way down the steps, stone steps one by one, kind of circling around, some of you face first into a big bear that is squeezing its way down into
I'm
the
in front of
darkness.
the bear.
We talked about it a little bit in the break, but someone can grab that satchel and you can see inside there's 3 potions of healing, there's a spell scroll, there's some insect repellent balm if you're worried about getting bitten down here.
This is Cholt.
Yeah, and a few
Just writing down the healing
kind of
potions.
coins and gems and so forth. But Wadun was like, come, you see, come on. And it seems to be having no trouble with the darkness, but some of you may be having a little bit more trouble than others. I believe that Demayet can see in the dark, but I don't think the rest of you natively can. Is there anything that you do as you kind of make your way down the steps to be able to see?
I'm a sniff.
Okay, yeah. You can smell the kind of dank, watery kind of smell up ahead. There's like this mold and mildew smell, and you can start to kind of hear in the distance this sound of running water as you make your way down. What about the rest of you? Anything?
I'm going to light a torch.
Okay.
Adventurers always have torches.
Yeah.
I'll never light one.
So you can spark a torch, and as you do, as you kind of make your way down, the stairs wind down about 20 feet and start to open into this vast cavern ahead of you. Fully about 50 feet wide and about twice as long. And you can just barely, the edge of your light range, see that the floor is covered in this like relatively thin water. It's probably about ankle deep for most of you. But you can see just on the kind of edge of your vision and maybe a little bit further for Demayet that there is a platform right in the center that seems to have 4 tall pillars surrounding that extend up to a ceiling. And the ceiling seems to resemble this mass of writhing snakes. You're not quite sure how, but as you look up, you can kind of see them slithering and moving on the ceiling. Each of the pillars is carved in these shapes of like serpents curled around it, coiled all the way up. In like oranges and reds and greens, but they've kind of faded to a dull color with age. And you can see that at the far end of the chamber, the source of that sound is a 20-foot or higher, perhaps, waterfall that runs down. And as you see, it is a waterfall. Runs down into the cave.
Here's one we prepared earlier.
Here's one we prepared earlier. And at the top here, you'll have to just imagine, there's this stone shape of a carved serpent head, and the water seems to be kind of almost gushing out of its mouth and into this chamber. And you can see that as you kind of step down into here, there's this glow at the top of the serpent head, almost like these 2 yellow eyes looking down at you.
Yeah, definitely Chamber of Secrets.
Not creepy at all.
What would you all like to do?
You said you lit a torch.
I lit a torch and went in.
Yeah, I'm going to pull out of my my backpack. I'm going to pull out a lantern
Let me go into that here.
light it. So we've got another.
I don't think I have a lantern, but I've got a torch.
Source of.
Yeah, I don't think most of you are using your goggles of night, are you?
No, because I've got another magic item and I can only have one. So
unfortunately, at tier 1, we're
my
only about one.
instrument is more important than an excellent pair of goggles.
It's fair. As the good news is, as you step down into the chamber, one by one, you start to see along the wall a number of torches suddenly burst into light, yellow and blue flames.
Yeah.
And it sends these reflected symbols all over the walls, and it shimmers off the waterfall, and you can see everything almost moving around you. And as you...
I've still got comprehend languages up.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's a whole hour, and that didn't take us that long outside.
Cool. Well, you do hear something said. It isn't common, though, you think, and you hear it echo through the chamber, off the walls. It's behind you, it's in front of you, it's over here.
Yes. She tastes your fear, relishes upon it. So sweet.
And does everybody hear that?
Everyone
yeah. Okay.
hears
So
that.
it's. Oh, you said it. Did you say it's in
Step
common?
closer
Yeah.
so she may taste it better.
Uber Eats.
Terrified, both as a person and in game.
You're still in bear form, right?
Yep.
Yeah. As you kind of make your way around, you can't tell where this is coming from. It seems to be everywhere and nowhere. And you kind of look around the room. You sniff again, and that stale smell, you can almost taste this bitter, poisonous taste in your mouth.
Get Out is interested in looking up. You said there were
writhing
snaky
ceiling?
things. Yeah, she wants
Yeah.
to see whether it's like the carvings moving or if it's actually snakes.
You take a closer look at it, you peer up, and as you are focused on it, you see snakes start to drop towards you. And as
it
you
was
take a
actually
step
snakes.
back, you hear the plonk into the water, but when you look around, they're nowhere to be seen.
Oh.
And you
You're
hear
an
this,
illusion wizard. See if it's an illusion.
you hear this voice whispering,
As the DM walks around the table.
So long.
This is so creepy.
So patient. Long has it been since I have guessed.
That was when he was on that side of the table.
Way worse over your shoulder.
Demay, roll me an Arcana check.
Absolutely, I would love to roll you an Arcana check as I hold up my lantern quivering. That is
No hands.
cocked?
That's cocked.
Yeah, that's
Close now.
that's
Yes,
better.
it is.
Soon the night serpent will return and plunge this world into darkness again.
I'd like to say that's an 18 on the Arcana check. Like,
You look closely and you can see as you stare into the waterfall, you see your own reflection staring back at you. But it's not your reflection as you are now. You're missing the scales. You're looking like you did in your human form. As you peer into it and you kind of reach almost for a moment towards it, you realize, no, this is definitely an illusion.
That's
Right up here.
Right in here.
I'd
You can kind of
probably
see it in the
start to walk forward to
and then when
that.
and when it disappears, there's no reflection there.
Okay.
It's definitely an illusion. You can tell for
And
sure.
yeah, and being an illusionist myself, I kind of like, I'll probably like swing the lantern around to like, when I realize kind of keeping an eye out. I checked as well, it's a hood lantern, so 30 feet bright, 30 feet dim.
Yeah. Well, the whole chamber now is dim from the torchlight that's around. But as you kind of take that one step towards it, you hear kind of echoing off the walls again.
I was like you once, human.
You were?
And I became. I do not even remember who I was.
No, I don't want to be.
What are the rest of you doing?
Freaking out.
Go back up the stairs.
Yeah, fair enough.
Bye.
Well, you look up the stairs.
I'll take the zombie hordes.
Does it look like? Okay, so
I should actually mention,
out.
sorry, as you make your way down,
Doors are locked.
you
of course
did
they've seen
hear that stone. Otherwise, there would be zombies rushing down.
Yeah.
So you heard as you
yeah.
traveled
Yeah, we're
down the
glad
stairs,
you looked
Yeah.
the stone shifted back and rose back up into place, and there isn't an obvious exit back up that way.
Okay.
Like in every
Maybe through the
Indiana
waterfall,
Jones.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Get Out's going to walk up a bit closer to the waterfall to see if it looks like we can get out.
Before you do that, like, as
Yeah,
you
before I do
Get Out's
that,
like
yeah.
approaching the waterfall,
I'm not going right up yet.
yeah, Gronin kind of just puts out a
Looking
cautionary
closer.
hand and says, "Be careful, my friend."
I'm not touching it.
No, but if I can share a cautionary tale, there was an old grung philosopher, Thunder Lightning Croaks, and they had this cautionary warning that one should not go chasing waterfalls. just be on your guard.
Everyone takes psychic damage.
Play.
Oh man.
May I give a player inspiration to that?
No, you can have inspiration. That's fantastic.
I will mark.
That's fantastic.
Thunder Lightning Croaks is very renowned within the grung community.
Did you sing a bit of it?
Maybe.
Because, like, if you've sung it, Get Out can then repeat it forever. Pitch perfect.
So as you all look around this chamber, you can kind of continue to see these like illusions. You now know are illusions shimmering around. You hear this voice. What would you like to do? Actually, as you get close to the central platform, with your passive perception, you can see that there's this almost intricate maze-like pattern that's been etched into the stone on the platform, which seems kind of oddly out of place with the rest of the decor.
If you'll allow me, I'd like to just pull out like a small bit of parchment, and with my calligrapher's tools as a way of the Kensei monk, I'm gonna make use of
the weird spot we start writing.
Well, no, I'm gonna sketch out kind of like the maze pattern if I can.
Okay, so you're kind of on the edge, and you start to try and sketch out. Give me a religion check.
Gross. I am proficient. That is a 12.
Okay.
But maybe I'll use my inspiration for this. No, I won't.
Okay. You can tell even with that, like this is the symbol, this maze symbol is the symbol of Ubtao, who is like the creator god of Chult. And definitely seems a little bit out of place. Maybe at one point in time this was an altar to Ubtao. But as you were sketching it out, you feel something gripping at your ankle, and when you look down, you see these hands reaching up towards you, running their acidic fingers along you, and you feel that singe, but then when you pull away, they are no longer there.
Am I like frightened? What's going on here?
I'll leave that up to you.
I'm very happy to be marking frightened.
Yeah, you stumble back, and you just hear this cackle through the chamber.
I start running and try to jump onto the
platform.
Yeah.
I will use my full movement to get to the far away from
the back of the stairs,
the source of my fear.
Okay, make your way back. As you are rushing back, you hear that voice again. Your meddling has come to an end. Now my blades will taste your flesh. And as you suddenly notice, uncoiling from one of the pillars is not the engraving of a serpentine figure at all, but an actual serpentine figure. As she uncoils next to you, her long serpentine tail slipping down into the water, her arms brandishing several long swords as she hisses. Roll initiative.
And we're sealed in here?
You are sealed in here as far as you can tell.
That's not great.
Okay.
Well, unless we can get it with waterfall.
20 and over, anyone?
Ooh, 21 for Ronan.
Fantastic.
Got someone.
Yeah. But I'm running in the opposite direction, so I'm no use to you.
Okay. Ronan, I'm just going to kind of put you here off to the...
Put them at the top.
I'll put them at the top, actually. We should have enough space. 15 and over, anyone? 10 and over? Cool. Okay. 5 and over?
6?
What did you get?
Well, in my bear form, it's 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm 4.
4?
So at least I get going before him.
It's all right. It's all right. Okay. Gronin, you realize something is up here, and as you start legging it for the stairs, but as you do, you hear this splash into the water as this figure hisses directly at Demayet. What would you like to do? You turn back and see her there, her eyes glinting in the dim light.
Nice knowing you. Bye!
Bye-bye.
Mechanically, is Gronin frightened?
No.
No, okay, cool, okay. Seeing that his new companion is in danger, Gronin will move towards the horrifying snake lady with the swords I can't, sorry, 5, 10, 15, 20, 40 feet of movement's more than enough to get me there.
Yeah, absolutely.
He will do so. He will use a action to unarmed strike, and with his Kensei's, what do we call
Are
it?
you going this side of the pole or that side?
You can put me wherever. I trust your judgment. With his agile parry, basically what happens is he takes off his mushroom cap and kind of throws it in her face while grasping at his long sword and kicking out with his webbed foot. Will make an attack, which is going to be a crit, a natural 20.
Fantastic.
Yes!
Kind of hands go up to like block the mushroom and you stab her at the same time.
Now, how do you want to do this? Is this like 2 dice or double damage?
2 dice.
2 dice. So that is a 3 and a 2 for 5, plus 4 is 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Bludgeoning?
Because I've used my attack action.
Oh, this is the kick, isn't it?
Yeah. So because I've used my attack action to do an unarmed strike while I've got my Kensei weapon, my armor class increases by 2.
Fantastic.
Which brings it up to 20 from 18.
Awesome.
And then I will bonus action, spend a key point, and flurry of blows.
Fantastic.
First flurry of blows is going to be a nat 1. I'm going to use my inspiration to turn that into advantage.
Cool. Just in the future, remember you got to roll it before you roll.
Okay. Well, then I'll do that for my second roll. Okay. Which will be a 13 with the advantage for the second hit.
13 total?
No, sorry. It was 13 plus 6 is 19.
That will hit.
Yes.
Much better.
Yeah,
Much better.
Let's add some things.
Yeah, let's add.
Which will be a total of 6 points of bludgeoning damage for that second flurry of blows.
All right, you start to pummel her and crosses over with her swords. Anything else on your turn?
That's my action and bonus action and movement, so I'm happy staying where I am.
At the end of your turn, she will use a legendary action to push back, sending the mushroom hat spinning across the room as she slashes out with 2 scimitars towards you. Those are 2 natural 19s.
Yep.
So that will be 24
As you said,
to
it was
hit.
nice knowing you.
24 to hit on both.
24 hits for both.
That will be a 7 slashing damage and a 5 slashing damage.
Yeah, so total of
12.
I can count. I can't.
No. You know, she gives just as well as she took, and you suddenly find yourself cut. But it's now her turn. As she. That was a legendary action. That was a legendary action.
Bye.
As she stares into your eyes, you see this. Everything goes dark around you. You just see her eyes.
Oh no.
Make me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh no. Oh, okay, not too bad. That is a 16 on the dice with a +1 for 17.
Fantastic. You feel that, like, your heart clench for just this brief moment. That terror returns, but you find something deep within yourself. You push through it, and you manage to find some courage in this moment, and you aren't affected by this ability.
Good.
Thanks. Double checking you don't take any damage on a save, but no, you managed to push through. That is her turn. Demea.
All right, and she's within melee range of me as well, correct?
She is, yes.
Okay. And from what I just saw her looking at Gronin and trying to, like, I don't know, vampire seduce, scare.
Yeah.
I'm just going to look at her, probably quiver a little bit as I'm absolutely terrified, but then think, 2 can play at this game. And I will start speaking arcane words, and looking at her, and will tell her that I think that perhaps she's just afraid of me as I am of her, and I would like to cast Cause Fear.
Fantastic.
At her.
Okay.
It is a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Against my DC of 14. Yes.
Okay. That's a nat 20, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Well, I'll mark off my first level spell slot. And
You just see her lips curl into this smirk, and she just tilts her head towards you.
Tried. And then, because I'm not silly and going to move out of her reach, which is probably an unwise idea. Yeah, I'm just going to stay there. Let's just stay there.
Share the damage.
I'll share. Yeah, share. The wizard will share the damage.
You can hear sounds in your ears from Get Out going.
Yes. I'm not playing Gramps. I'm not playing my wizard tank. That's unfortunate. I'll end my turn there.
Fantastic. Yeah, she just smirks back at you. You don't understand fear yet.
Oh no, I think I do.
Get out.
Get Out, as a bonus action, is going to do unsettling words. So when she has to make her next save, she's going to take 4 off it.
4? Okay. Yep.
And then Get Out is going to move over a little bit, just over here, and strum a really exceptionally discordant tune on her Saturn and cast Dissonant Whispers. I'm going to say let's do this at second level.
Okay.
And it could please make a whiz save -4.
-4, okay. So...
Love me some Dissonant Whispers.
Okay, so that's a 17 on the dice.
All right.
+3 -4, so 16.
Not enough.
Not quite enough, unfortunately.
But it's all right. She takes the
covers her
damage, she just
ears
doesn't
and...
move away.
Which would have been very helpful with 2 of us both holding. I'm holding my quarter
That's why
staff.
I told you to stay there.
Yes. I got the hint.
10, I know you did. 10 and 8 is 18 halved to 9.
Fantastic.
Psychic.
She covers her ears and hisses. Definitely took some damage. Anything else on your turn?
That's my things, thank you.
Okay. After your turn, Roar, before you get a chance to move, she'll take another legendary action. And she says, I will show you fear. And she will take 2 more slices at you.
You're welcome.
Look.
Sorry for not doing that well enough. I played the wrong song.
What's your AC currently?
Currently 13.
13. Okay, so it's 2 hits currently.
I would like to cast Shield as a reaction.
Fantastic. That will remove one of them, but one of them still hits.
Oh, no. I was playing at home. That's another first level spell slot. I'm down to 1 left.
Oh no.
So I still got my seconds.
Yeah. So one of the scimitars kind of gets embedded in the rock next to you, and the other slashes across your cheek. You take 6 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And now, Roar, it is your turn.
Well, seeing this, I'm gonna take this opportunity to do a pseudo kaiju battle. 2 large creatures go up against each other, and I'm gonna reference another movie, Revenant, Leonardo DiCaprio as a bear in that. I'm gonna do a couple of attacks.
Hacks on over from behind. Fantastic.
With the same energy. Oh fuck! Well, that's a nat 1 for the first attack.
You kind of get this splash of water up it, and as she spins around towards you.
And then the second attack is a total of 15 to hit for the claws.
15 will hit.
Cool, and that's maximum damage as 16 slashing damage.
Fantastic. All right, she hisses in pain. That is definitely hurting her. She turns towards you, suddenly realizing that the bear is the biggest threat.
Can I also use my...
Yeah.
I think I can do a bonus action to heal, right? With my druidness.
Your moon druid?
I haven't done as well.
Oh, yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, you spell
bonus action. Roll 1d8 HP as a bonus action.
Fantastic.
I'll do that.
While you're doing that, Waduma was like, not my fight, and he just kind of goes and hides behind this little pillar here, peeks out and goes, you tell Waduma when done.
I gain 2 HP.
Fantastic. It's better than nothing. At the end of Wadumu's turn, she will, seeing that she's suddenly kind of surrounded, she will wrap herself around the wall and slither away, moving up to her movement speed without provoking attacks of opportunity. As she makes her way over to the stairs. Ronan, it's your turn.
Gronin is going to move up close to her, and as he's like approaching her, he looks her dead in. She's got 2 eyes, right? Just 2.
Yeah.
She's got how many arms?
She's got a relatively normal, like kind of human face. There's snake-like, like her eyes are serpentine eyes.
Yeah, and she hasn't got like Medusa hair or anything.
But no Medusa hair or anything like
Don't
that.
make her worse. She's bad enough.
And as he's approaching her, he looks her in the eyes and he says to her in a very inquisitive like way, "Do you know the sound of a one-handed clap?" As he like jumps up onto like her torso, up onto her shoulder, and as he like jumps into the air, he like slaps her right across the
Fantastic.
That's going to be a 13 to hit.
You kind of catch a little bit of fang, and it kind of cuts your finger a little, but it just barely misses her. It's just
Fair. Again, holding his longsword, he's using his agile parry. So while I've made an unarmed strike on my turn, my armor class will increase by 2 to 20. And then I think I'll use a bonus action to burn a key point and patient defense.
Okay.
Basically, he's just going to dance around her. So he ain't taking no more attacks. Hopefully.
It seems neither of you.
She tries her best, and now as you kind of like hold yourself ready for her, her tail whips up from the water and tries to whip around your legs to try and constrict you.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage, fantastic.
'Cause I'm a dudgeon.
That's a good point. That's good, because it would have hit, but now it is an 11. You pull your foot up out of the snake tail as she was just about to kind of pull you off your feet and grapple you, but manages to avoid it. It's a disadvantage for the whole turn, right?
Yeah.
She will, however, make one scimitar attack as you pull back. That is, again, an 11. So you're dodging back and forward.
Hold still.
No!
Just checking, you have an unlimited amount of key points, right?
Definitely.
One left.
Oh no!
Mate, your turn.
Oh no!
Okay, so she's moved over there, thankfully away from me, which is
good.
Great. And look, I just think she's put herself in a perfect position for me to cast web, but kind of like half on the stairs, half where she is, so like it just ends where she is, so like it's not going to get Gronin.
I have advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Look, well, if Raw's going to come up closer as well, I just think it would be a little bit better. So if we did something like...
Yeah, you can kind of, stick it up against the wall a little bit up onto the stairs.
It's got to be attached to something anyway.
Yeah,
so,
that's fine. Yeah, you kind of sticky that corner a little.
Yeah, maybe we'll just do it there.
She makes a dex save on her turn, right?
I had you an answer for this last week.
Yeah, I'm feeling sure from remembering last week, I think at the start of her turn, if she's in it, she makes the save.
Each creature that starts its turn in the webs or enters them on its turn must make a dex saving throw. So I'm going to pull a bit of spider web out of a component pouch, flick it in her general direction, probably just over Gronin's mushroom hat. And he blinks, and then there's all this webbing in front of him.
First a snake, now a spider.
Yes, now a spider, but the spider's on our side, and I will use a second level spell slot to cast that, being a second level spell. Sorry, that's my brain just went.
All good.
Of course. And then I'm going to move back.
Yeah, fair. Just gonna get out of here.
Just gonna retreat a little bit. And who knows, maybe I can potentially use that pillar as partial cover at some point.
Fantastic. That's it?
And yes, I will end my turn there.
At the end of your turn, you see her jaws start to bubble, and she spits towards you as you have been ducking her attacks. This spray of poison moves towards you. Can you make me a con save as it just envelops you in poisonous
See,
gas.
the good thing about grungs mechanically, they have poison resistance, but I'm not mechanically a grung.
Yeah.
Ooh, we sait con save?
Con save.
21.
Fantastic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you cover your mouth, easily able to avoid this spittle. He hisses at you.
Not in my mouth.
Get out.
Web just means she's stuck, doesn't it? It doesn't give us
She
any
might be
other-
stuck on her turn.
she's not
At
stuck
the moment,
yet.
Yeah, but
you're
we
not
don't
sure
have
because
a-
she hasn't tried to move.
We don't have other advantage on her yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, cool.
The web's still forming,
Yeah.
so to speak.
If it sticks, do we have advantage?
Yeah, if she becomes restrained, yes. Yes?
But it won't be back until her turn
Yeah.
that will happen.
I'm going to do something different then. That's okay. I'm going to just check I've got enough movement. Oh, I need to move up to do this one. I need to move up to about here. And then I'm going to cast blindness, deafness at her, please, to make a con save.
Con save.
Love
Okay.
this.
I was going to fairy fire her, but if we've got...
I'm sorry, I'm rolling real well. That's an 18.
Okay.
Damn it.
Nothing happens. She's not blinded or deafened, and that was a second level spell slot. For reference.
Yeah, she.
Anyway, I try.
She's been waiting for this for a long time. But as you do that, her attention turns on you. She's like, "You want to play next?" And she slithers again. It's not on her turn. No. She uses her moves her speed without provoking attacks of opportunity.
Is she stuck in the web?
She is not because it hasn't been her turn yet.
Damn it.
I hate legendary actions.
Unfortunately, rules as written, this is broken as shit, but this is how it works. As she moves out of the web before it manages to grapple her, and she is right up in your grill. Roar, is your turn.
Well,
Drag her back into the web.
as a bear, I can't really say common. So I'll just growl and subtitle it as "Get back here." You big poison noodle, and rush
old
through
danger
this
noodle.
thing and try to like. I'm just gonna bite it. Yeah. just do it.
Your teeth say more.
14 to hit.
14 will hit.
Oh yeah. That is a 12 damage.
Fantastic. Your fangs say more than words ever could. You sink your jaws into her, and you can hear her cry out in pain. And for a moment, the first time you see this weakness in her, she buckles a little. She is bleeding pretty heavily now, and she's looking very, very mortal.
Oh, okay, cool. And I growl again, and in subtitles it would be, "Have you heard of the sound of a bear slap before?" Like, clap her with a claw.
Seriously, you're giving the action log overtime right now.
All right, this probably won't hit with a 12.
Unfortunately not.
Damn it!
No.
Okay.
Everyone's trying to slap
Sorry,
her.
my name's Maya, not damn it.
That's your turn.
That's it, yeah.
We'll do it. Oh no, no, Lucas. He hides down, legs shivering behind the pole. She has one legendary action left, and she spins towards you and releases another spray. Maybe a con save.
That's a pretty good one, actually. It's a total of 17.
Fantastic. Yeah, you managed to just roar through it. It's not working for it. No, this isn't how it's supposed to go. Gronin.
Gronin, I think, is quite enjoying the distance between him and the lovely snake lady with the swords.
Yeah.
I think he's just going to maybe 20 feet over here, and as he's just about to duck behind the pillar, he's going to take a bonus action to kind of charge up what they call a Kensei shot, where he adds an additional d4 to a ranged attack. Well, you see, like, his green skin begins to kind of shimmer into, like, this yellow and black kind of visage. And out of his mouth, his tongue kind of unfurls and releases a small little needle, like a small little dart. One might even say a poison dart.
Fantastic.
It's not poison damage, but
Okay.
still. And we'll make a dart attack against her.
It's probably for the best. You get the sense that she probably does.
Yeah. It's
okay
going to
with
be 11 on the dice plus 6 is 17 to hit.
17 hit, that will hit, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so this is now 2d4 plus my 4, thanks to Kensei shot, which is 8 points of piercing damage.
Fantastic. Yeah, she takes it in the side. She's looking pretty bad. She's just like now realizing she's pretty outnumbered and this isn't going well for her.
And he's just going to kind of hide behind the pillar.
Okay, fantastic.
That is my turn.
All right. With this shot, the bear mauling her and the bird saying mean things to her, she's got to pick someone to attack. She is going to. She's going to spin around and try to take down who she thinks is the weakest in Get Out. She will try to wrap.
Pretty good guess, probably.
Yeah, she will try to wrap you up in her tail first from behind. That's going to be a 21 to hit.
Yeah, more than enough.
As you pulled in and squeezed.
Oh no.
That is going to be 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yikes.
The one times you don't want to hug.
You are restrained. So your speed is 0, your attacks are at disadvantage, and your dex saves are at disadvantage. She has advantage against you for this scimitar attack as she tries to take off your head.
She might.
That is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, more than enough.
No, not Get Out.
You'll be first.
Get out, get out.
Much for off with my head.
7 points of slashing
Hang on. I'm allowed to say it. This is my saying.
It is your saying.
You will live forever.
That is her turn, Demeyat.
Okay, so
Get Out's got some healing.
mechanically, she's the one with her snake tail holding on to Get Out.
She has Get Out wrapped up in a snake tail. It's the only person that she can only do one at a time. She's squeezing Get Out.
And so I'm thinking logically, if one of the participants in this, I'm assuming it's functionally a grapple.
It is a grapple, yes.
If one of the participants in this grapple was suddenly to have a size change, would that end the grapple?
Well, she can target a large or smaller creature, so I don't think making it large would.
I'm thinking
necessarily
making
break
her small.
Oh.
Because if her tail's shrinking effectively,
possibly. You can give it a try.
she'll obviously get a saving throw because I'm assuming she's an unwilling target.
Yeah, she's not into it.
As I rummage through, I kind of like put the lantern down on the platform.
You run it by and she's like, nah, I don't want that.
Yeah, no. Do you mind? Would you like this spell cast on you? Consent is important. But I will rummage through a spell component pouch, throw out and like, hold your breath and just throw a bunch of powdered iron onto her. And I will try to cast Enlarge Reduce, targeting her to reduce her.
Fantastic.
She will need to make using a second level spell slot, there is a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save. Okay, that is a 5, but she will choose to succeed.
Oh, no.
Burnt one of her legendary resistances.
Oh. What?
I tried.
I thought you were going to make me small so I could get out of there.
No means.
That now would have made more sense. That is true. No does mean no. I would like to use a bonus action to cry.
Fair. Crying is a free action. I think we've established that.
Yeah, true. Also, because that was a concentration spell, the web will disappear.
Fantastic. She just looks in your eyes. Insolence. Watch what happens. As her tail squeezes around you.
No.
A legendary action on her turn.
But she didn't have any of them left.
It's been her turn.
She regains them at the start of her turn, like a reaction.
Of course.
You
total forever.
take 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Well, at least I only needed
Go
1
down.
point to make me unconscious. The other 10 are like
as you go out
Wasted.
cold,
Yeah, she wasted those extra
wasted
10.
those.
That's
and you
She squeezed
sink.
harder than she needed.
Yeah, you sink into the water. Get out. Make me a
Rolls
death
a death
save,
save.
please.
Oh no!
First fail.
That is a 2. That is 1 failure.
at least it was a 2 and not a 1.
That's true. Yeah. Raw, what would you like to do?
Well, Raw will roar. Raw!
Fair.
As will then use one of his claws to, I guess, dig below the water, get a bunch of mud, and then in a grapple, I'm gonna try to like grapple her, but also with one hand cover her mouth with mud.
What is this mechanically?
I don't know, like a go to sleep action. Go to sleep, go to sleep.
I'm
We
gonna.
just got through consent me knowing exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna need it to do something.
I'm gonna grapple. It's
You
essentially
just want to
just framing the
her?
grapple.
Okay, you wanna try and grab her?
Yep.
Okay. She rolls a 10.
Hold on. It's a pretty good one.
You do use the bear strength.
I suspect
Yeah,
your
I'm
strength
using my
is higher
bear
than
strength,
mine.
which is 11 total.
Fantastic. 11 total, the
I mean,
roll
like,
is 11 total.
roll is
Okay, I was
11.
going to say, that's a weak bear. No, fantastic. You grab onto her, you have her grappled. Anything you'd like to do? Do you want to move her? Do you want to...
I wanna, well, I was gonna look at the web and then turn around with
Unfortunately, the
and
web
then
is
realize
gone.
it's not there anymore.
Yeah. Whoops.
Oops.
So, but I want to try and see if I can, I guess if you allow this, like, you know, as a bonus thing, just throw her.
Well, you can move her, you can move half your speed, you can drag her, more or less. I mean, you can flavor that as throwing her if you'd
Yeah,
like. If you
I'll,
want to let go
try
of her.
and-
You want to throw her back?
Like that way,
yeah.
if that's possible.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah? Okay.
That's your turn?
And that's all my turn.
All right.
Spin her right round. Right round.
Woodamoo kind of peeks out from behind him.
Is over yet? Is done?
No!
Oh no.
Gronin.
Gronin is going to call out to his spawn friend to look after the bird, as he will run.
As everyone knows, we've got 3 potions of healing.
Yeah, as he will run kind of directly past, but not into opportunity attack range. And he's going to do the full-on weeby thing of pulling out his sword and slashing as he passes her. Yeah.
Yeah, go past, fantastic.
Naruto run.
Ooh, this is going to be a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
So it's and he's doing it with 2 hands as well. So
Fantastic.
D10 for the dice, plus 4, which is 9 points of slashing damage.
Fantastic. She's in pretty bad shape.
And as he kind of like turns around, he like flicks it down, doing that stupid thing. And again, he will like just look at her deep in the eyes and then just like open his mouth again. And with his tongue will lash out with an unarmed strike and just kind of smash her.
Yeah, she kind of like checks herself and to see if she's, been cut in half, looks up at you, gets...
I will burn a key point to turn this into a flurry of blows.
Fantastic, go for it.
The first attack will be a... That's kind of...
Cocked. That's very cocked.
Yeah.
You can reroll it.
Natural 1.
You bite your tongue.
Speaking of biting tongues. The second is a 16.
That will hit.
Fantastic, which will just be...
Before you roll, what's your damage bonus?
Plus 4.
Okay. How do you finish her?
Oh my god.
With my tongue.
That's exactly the amount of hit points you needed to finish her off. What does this look like when you lick her to death?
I don't want to say it.
You said you were going to do it.
Except you're swearing.
You made this bed, Mitch. Now you're going to lay in it.
Dark version, yeah.
Well, saying it's like it's still bludgeoning damage, but like maybe his saliva is quite like caustic in itself.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just enough to kind of like cause her to like burn in her eyes.
Yeah,
or something. I don't know.
And just kind of slithers and hits the ground. As she does, you can see she cries out in anger, and her scream echoes off the walls in the cavern. and her blood starts to soak into the water around you. You can see this ornate headdress that she's wearing with these shiny gems on it kind of splashes down in front of you, and there's a pair of like little kind of glowing gems on it, and you can see that as the scream echoes off the walls, the whole room starts to shake. The ground shudders, and with a startling jolt, cracks start to appear in the walls. And huge chunks of stone start to crash to the ground, the ceiling collapsing around it. Suddenly, dozens of writhing bodies pour into the chamber all around
oh no,
you
the zombies upstairs.
and begin slowly rising to their feet. With a shriek, Wadumu crouches down and leaps high up to the mouth of the stone serpent head above.
This is where we part, tall ones. Wadumu did what the bad dreams say. He bring you to the snake lady to die. No more dreams of night serpents swallowing the sun for Wadumu. Only you will be in darkness now. I am sorry. You never even suspect. Wadumu, good guide. Goodbye, tall ones.
And as he leaps back,
Tell me later.
I'm sorry, it's not Wadumu friend?
Wadumu no longer friend.
What?
Wadumu
It sounds
traitor.
like he was tortured by bad dreams.
This is true.
Not that I know.
he leaps back, and with a sudden rumble, the effigy of the serpent's head collapses in front of him, sending a spray of stone and water through the chamber as hordes of shambling undead start to rise to their feet around you. And we'll find out what happens right after this break.
No,
I knew you were going to go to a break right there.
Welcome to 5 or 8, a brand new 6-part series exploring the wonderful world of board games. Each week I'll offer recommendations, we'll check out some great events and venues around Melbourne, and I'll chat to some fascinating folk over a game. Join us soon.
So as you see the stones collapsing around you and bodies pouring in, splashing down in the water around you, where the huge serpent's head once stood, the mouth of the waterfall is now a gaping hole that's been revealed that your guide and once friend, Wadumu, has just disappeared through. The waterfall is now just a huge pile of slick stones that form a 30-foot tall hill beneath the hole, but it's probably your best chance at escape. What would you like to do? Now keep in mind that we're still in initiative at this point in time, especially because Get Out is still making death saves.
Yes.
It's been Gronan's turn just now, which makes it Demaet's turn. And I'm going to place some creatures that have just fallen into the room around you. They haven't quite gotten up yet, and they are slow to move. But that is something that is happening. There are more of them that are still falling in, splashing around you with the stones. The whole thing looks like it's going to collapse very soon. Demaet, what would you like to do?
So it's raining gender-neutral zombies.
It's raining.
Jerry Harwell, hard out. I'm going to move over to Get Out, who, if I remember correctly, was the last person that took the satchel and thus categorized and...
I reckon when we were in break, I said we were going to make sure that we got them out of the satchel as we came down the stairs.
Yeah. And it would make logical sense since Get Out was taking that they would be on Get Out's person.
Well, we distributed them.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We at least
She's got one. Yeah.
We at least know roughly where they are.
Yeah,
so I'm going to use one of those healing potions to administer to Get Out. Would you like to roll the 2d4 plus 2?
I'm happy to roll it either way. 4 and 2 is 6.
Fantastic.
That's enough to get up at least.
You
get out.
get up and get out. Demaet, anything else on your turn?
No, other than to continue crying as a free action.
Fair. So you can see everything's falling around you. There's a big pile of stone and water that seems to be maybe the only exit. And all these creatures are starting to move towards you. Get Out, you're still on, you come to consciousness on your back in the cold water. You gasp and look up all of a sudden and realize that the room is collapsing around you. You were still fighting the snake lady when you went unconscious.
Yep.
So you now see her body kind of in a collapsed form on the floor. Just in front of her, these kind of jewels and trinkets and things that she was wearing seem to have like spilled forth in front of Gronan, who put her down. What would you like to do?
I'm going to go open my eyes, look around really fast, see that it looks like a get out of here situation, stand up, strum my Saturn. I don't know how Saturns actually work. Let's say
they are.
Do you think
It's kind of a guitar-y thing. It's a string instrument.
Yeah. Anyway, I always say I strum it. I'm going to strum my Saturn, cast Fly.
Yeah.
Which gives me a fly speed of 60 feet for 10 minutes or whatever.
Yep.
10 minutes. Yep. So I reckon that I've like 15 to get up.
Yeah.
I'll say like I've got 45 left or
I think
something.
you use half of your movement at that point in time. Yeah.
I'll move some. I'll fly some. I'll say thank you as well. It looks like you probably got me up.
Oh, goodbye.
So I fly. I'll
Fly over towards the.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Because I can see what's going on there.
Yeah, no problem. So the pile of stone in front of you, like it looks like it's unstable, it's wet.
Doesn't matter, I'm flying.
Yeah, no, but for everyone else, like for your knowledge,
I
it looks like it will be difficult to climb. Obviously, it's not a concern to you, but whether or not you vocalize that to everyone else is up to you.
Oh, I could definitely tell them what it looks like as I come up here. Take care, it's slippery. Sorry, I didn't
put
pick
out
you
a
up on
little
the way.
safety sign. Roll, your turn. You're still in bear form at this point in time.
I'm still in bear form. Is there any, besides the ceiling caving in, and the exit that Wadumu left, is there any other exit?
Not that you can see. You can try and look around, but there are cracks in the walls, but nothing that looks like it's opened up any kind of exits or anything. Like it's mostly just things collapsing around you. This hole is the only obvious exit that you can see.
Okay. Then what I'll do is I'm going to try and book it by, first of all, grabbing the wizard.
You're going to try and snap him up?
Yep.
I'm a willing participant in this grapple.
Fantastic.
Yep,
so
there
you
we
grab
go,
him, but then
confirmed.
obviously you'll move. Well, actually, you're large, so I think you can just scoop him onto the
Yeah,
back.
just.
How does that work?
Yeah, no.
I think you still have to move half speed.
Yeah.
You still have to move half speed.
Like this.
Yeah, you're not a mouse.
Nope,
You're not a
doesn't
mouse,
work. Yeah, sadly,
unfortunately.
yeah.
But that's okay. Just pop him on the base in front of you. I think is probably the easiest way. And you can kind of just
You're hugging him
you
as
pick him up by the
run.
collar. Yeah, you pick him up by the
wizard hug.
collar and just kind of drag him along his feet. And just
If 80 feet would be.
so just keep in mind that you move half speed while you're carrying him.
Oh, okay. So if I dash, then it's still 40. So. Oh, okay. Then I can get over here. And that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, you scoop him up and go. The zombies are starting to get to their feet. They, however, have to use a bit of their movement to get up. They will stumble over towards you, but can't quite attack you on this turn. Gronin.
Where was the exit that Watermoo ran from?
Just here at the waterfall.
Where the waterfall
And it
was.
looks
So where
like
this big pile of rocks is here now, it's about 30 foot tall. It's kind of slick rock because the waterfall's kind of like going down to a trickle, but it's still kind of running over these rocks, and it's this unstable rock pile that leads up to this hole where the serpent head used to be, and that's kind of in this pile of rubble now that's starting to collapse around. And when that fell, it opened up this hole here that you can see.
So that looks like our egress point?
Well, that's where Wadumu ran down, and he hasn't come back.
Yeah, okay. I think from one grung to another, Gronin probably understands where Watermoo's come from. And I think he's just going to kind of like look in the direction he's gone and just kind of like bow his head towards Watermoo and just wish him his like formal grung goodbye and just say, stay moist.
Stay moist.
Stay moist. And he's just going to scoop up the jewels in his mushroom cap.
Stay moist.
Scoop up the jewels in his mushroom cap, and he's going to book it. And probably move towards object interaction, action to pick up.
Yeah, object interaction. You can scoop them up, that's fine.
And then dash using his action, so 80 feet worth of movement to get.
So 10, 20, 30.
You can get up to there.
Yeah, you can pretty much get to the base of the thing. So it's going to be difficult to climb, and you'll need to make checks and stuff when you climb. But you can get to the base of the pile.
Easy.
You won't have enough movement left at that point in time because it's difficult terrain to get higher onto it.
That'll be my turn.
Fantastic. Demay.
All right. We're trying to book it. We're trying to get up.
I imagine we're trying to book it like.
Yeah.
I just took a guess.
Yeah.
You know, I wake up and run.
We're doing a lot of running.
Yeah. I'm thinking in order to get us up, on the off chance that someone once again fails, or things like the treasure, because you need your hands to hold things to climb, I'm going to go, Raw, let me go, please.
I'll let you go.
And we'll jump out. As I run up to the base there, I will flick out a little vial of mercury, and as an action, and using my last first level spell slot, cast Tenser's Floating Disc.
I thought you were going to do that.
Right next to me, so probably in between myself and Gronin. So you know,
I see it.
and then I don't think I really have enough movement to start climbing, but I probably have. Oh wait, I need no action. Yeah, so I will prepare to start climbing when next turn.
So, okay, get out.
Get Out is just going to keep flying.
Yep. Do you want to fly up to
she'll
the
do
top?
a fly dash, which gives her 120 feet.
You can get to the top there with your normal 60.
Yep.
So basically, you're at the top of the pile already, if you want to be, with your normal 60, and you've still got an action if you want to do anything, and a bonus action.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on. I'm flying.
If you want to inspire anyone, if you want to cast anything on someone.
I will
I
heal
think,
myself a touch more. 'cause
technically concentrating on fly. Even
Yeah,
though
but
it's
I
from
can
the-
cast
yeah.
Cure. Oh no, I can't cast Cure Wounds, even off it's a turn.
Yeah.
You could, you could. That's fine. But you will have to do it because it's still touch. You'll still have to do it before you fly up.
I can touch myself.
Oh, you're healing yourself. Sorry, I thought you were healing someone else.
No.
Like, oh yeah, of course. You were the most injured. Yeah, fair enough. That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, I'm going to heal myself a bit more.
When I've got a really big ouch.
That'll do me.
Yep. Fantastic. All right, that's your turn. Raw.
Raw's going to be too heavy to fit on the. How much weight can the tensor loading disc?
I think it has a very specific amount. It's not a lot.
It can hold up to 500 pounds.
Did you heal again? Is it 8 total, or is it 8 plus your? Is 11?
Yeah, 1d8 plus 3.
Fantastic. No, that's okay. Just for the stream overlay, it was 11.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't say it. It was 11. Yeah.
That's all good.
500 pounds.
500 pounds.
How much does a brown bear?
I don't know what a brown bear weighs, but it's got to be a big portion of that. Because generally these characters are like 100 to 200-ish. I think even as a total, you're pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Well, that's a very... Google, you're not helping. 80 to 600 kilos.
Yeah, that's a pretty big range.
Is this a coastal?
I'm gonna make a.
Are you an interior bear?
I'm gonna make a call. The bear and one other creature could be on there. I'll say that.
All right. What if I was to
You
bonus?
don't get a climb speed as a bear, do you?
No. What if I was to just bonus action, turn back into a turtle?
Yeah. Well, how many have we got? It would only be you three that would have to go on,
That's the
right?
thing.
Can you
How
go
are
on
you
it?
getting up?
Well, I've got to climb because it's got to follow
Well,
me.
either way, you two can fit on it, if that's the question.
Between all of us, Gronin's probably the one who can get up there the easiest.
Okay. What if I do something to launch him
party dump strength
up into the air?
Throw him up and
Yes. If I'm thrown up there and the disc would then follow me.
This is kind of a sail on a ship with a fan problem. I think physics-wise.
He's the fan. Wait, he's the sail.
I am all the things.
Because all right, if I was to shift back.
So look, I think this is okay because you would have to make an athletics check anyway to climb. Let's say if you make this athletics check, if you want to try and push him up and you'll be on the disc, because that's the thing.
I was going to climb on the disc and then cast Gust of Wind to launch him into the air.
Can you cast it while you're in?
No, I'm going to shift back.
Oh, okay.
And then, because shifting back is a bonus.
Well, give me the wording on Gust of Wind. What does Gust of Wind?
Well,
yes.
Because I don't know if that's enough to launch a grown man into the sky.
Gust of Wind does in direction. If I fail the strength saving throw off memory, I'd get launched up to 60 feet in the direction.
Okay.
Actually, I do have a climb speed of 30 feet.
That's
Climb speed.
Never mind. Either way, I'm going to do it because I didn't realize that I had climb speed.
That's okay.
Ignore
I mean,
that.
look, this is
I'm
cool.
going
This is
to
cool.
try to launch him into the air with Gust of Wind.
Okay.
See if that works.
And that will bring the disc with him.
Total self.
Yeah, so the disc's got to remain within 20
And
feet
you're
of me.
on the disc, is this correct?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. All right, so we've got a big fan on the back of a sailing ship that is put. This isn't real physics though; it's D&D physics, and this is fun as hell. And I don't care what the rules are. Let's just do it. Give me a strength save, Demayet, as you are suddenly.
Well, if he's willing, you can just let.
Does it state
It
that
has
in
to
the spell?
say, this is where the rules is written come in. If it says that you can choose to fail it, then yes.
Yeah,
if
okay,
it
fair
doesn't,
enough.
then unfortunately, stupidly, you have to make the
saving throw.
save. But I mean, look, I think that you're in a pretty good chance.
Is this where I tell you
With
I'm
the
a
negative.
Yuan-Ti and I have advantage on spells? That is amazing. The one time I wanted to roll stupidly low with advantage. That is a 5 for my best die with a big +0.
All right, you gotta describe to me what this looks like as you just gust of wind this wizard just 30 feet up into the air to the top of a waterfall.
I jump on the thing. I will then take out a handful of dirt and then just blow it onto him, and they will just like turn into a big ass tornado and just start with the elevator going up, and you just kind of scramble on and grab onto the top and climb yourselves up to the top.
Like the wind will stay there, right? Like.
Oh yeah, it stays there. Yeah.
Oh, so you can step into it? Is it
Step of the wind into it.
Just because it has a similar name doesn't
But you've got it's action from you, so wherever you're pointing. So now that you move, the gust.
I think the gust moves with you, unfortunately. Really? That's okay. You can.
But
climb.
you can point it
One
down
of you can climb
towards
the hill like you're supposed to, please.
You can point it down to the zombies to keep them away.
I want to shoot someone up into the air instead. Okay.
Magic, damn it.
All good. It is, however, the zombies' turn as
Bye, friends.
3 more of them are thrown into the room, and I got one of them into the thing. That's okay. This one, however, I had to take a step from Hugh, who just throws enemies into the room, apparently.
Yeah, that's best tactic.
That's as the others kind of stumble forward. One of them is going to get close enough to take a big swing at Gronin. That is going to be a 19 to hit you.
That hits.
As you are battered as you start to climb. Only 2 points of bludgeoning damage, minimum damage.
25.
And it is back to the top. It is your turn.
I'm on a climb. Yeehaw!
So if you want to climb up the total of
There's no instruction for that one.
total of 30 feet, you can do it with your movement and your actions and all that kind of stuff. But I will need 3 athletics checks to make that. For each 10 feet you move, I need an athletics check. It's not a high DC.
Okay. Oh, okay. So athletics check.
Yep.
16 on the dice for a total of 15.
Oh!
Fantastic. That is a success.
Yep.
I need
another one.
2 more.
Second one is a 16 on the dice
again.
for a total of
Fantastic.
15.
You are right near the top. You're like, I almost made it. I almost made it.
I'm almost there.
This is the funniest point to fall down. However,
Natural 20 for a total of 19.
As you leap up to the top, as the zombies reach up towards you, you start to climb your way out of the tunnel. And as you follow through the tunnel for what seems like miles, finally crawling and climbing and swimming, you make your way out into the bottom of a mucky, stagnant pond about a mile away from Bolobo. And from there, you can begin the trip back to Port Nyanzara.
Phew. Is something bad going to happen on the way back?
On the journey back, as we've got a little bit.
spoke too soon.
No, this isn't bad.
have a short rest then
This isn't bad. You can take a short rest.
Yeah.
Over the course of the next few days, as you make to travel back.
So we can have some long rests and things as
thank
well.
God.
We've got a little bit of time. As you start to return back to Port Nyanzara, the trip is long and arduous, but it takes you down the coast. And Raw,
some
one
sleeps.
day, as you look out over through the trees to the beach, you can see that a storm is brewing on the horizon out over the water, and you spot what you're sure is a shell. You peer through the trees and you make your way out and look out to the beach. You can see standing knee-deep in the water, staring out at the storm that is crackling on the horizon, is another turtle. They've got a big scorched crack on their shell and an ear horn stuck in one ear. And as you kind of make your way down, they turn and look over their shoulder towards you and say, "Hello, friend.
Hello, friend.
What's your name?"
I am Rar.
"My name is Grum. Would you like to hear about the almighty power of the Storm Lord Talos?"
Okay.
And as he kind of wraps his arm around you and kind of looks out into the storm and says, it's beautiful, isn't it? As this like lightning is cracking and like hits a ship out in the sea and it's kind of sinks in front of you and so forth. And you say, are you from here?
No, I'm from the Quivering Forest. And it takes
Lots
out a
of
bag of
turtle
dirt.
folk here. Where's this dirt from?
The Quivering Forest. Here you go.
For me?
Yes. A gift from the Quivering Forest.
Thank you, sir. We are in a little camp down south, little island off the coast called the Snout of Ormgar. Lots of turtle folk there. I think you'd be right at home.
Are there
Get out's
any...
like crying. Look at her, this is so sweet.
So am I, but
turn
also
back.
I've encountered worshippers of Talos back home, so I'm like, oh, this is so sad. Don't go with him. Don't go with him.
It's a cult.
I do an insight check.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Oh, that's
Get out just thinks it's super
24
sweet.
insight.
Fantastic. As you get up close and you can see and you can feel, like in the shell of this turtle, there is this huge scorched crack. He's clearly been struck by lightning at some point in time. And he's kind of like turns his head towards you. You can tell that he can't hear particularly well out of the one horn. But he doesn't seem like he's untruthful or whatever. Like, he doesn't seem like he has any kind of ill intent or anything towards you. He just seems like he's real impressed with this storm.
Okay.
And he seems to be, from what you can tell, telling the truth about this enclave of turtles to the south of Chult.
Oh. Have you heard of the sand turtles? They say they live in the Chult village.
Lots of sand around here. You can find out yourself.
Okay. Well,
Bye, friend.
bye, friends.
Oh, Get Out starts to play a farewell tune, but it comes out because you know she never plays the right song. She instead plays a wedding march.
As you walk away with this wizened old turtle.
I'll rush back to my friends actually, and I'll pass Deme a helmet of dirt that I picked up, and it's like,
thank you.
To help you in your adventures, may this dirt bless you, as I sprinkle dirt on him. And then in front of Get Out, I'll just go, may you also be blessed with the dirt. And he just throws dirt in the air, celebratory dirt.
Before you do part, however, you can, over the course of the trip, have looked at the jewels and the ornate bits and pieces that you picked up from the Yuan-Ti woman that you fought down below. There seems to be some valuable headdress and bangles and so forth. But what's most interesting, and what pings as magical, is a ring that she was wearing that, well, it was probably on a necklace around her neck that has like a kind of black iron ring, but the little pearl in it is a pearl of power.
Neato mosquito.
Brilliant for him.
That'll be good for when you run out of your spell slots.
Yes.
That's what it does, doesn't it?
Yes,
Yep,
it gives you back a spell slot. Do you love me a pearl of power?
But you can return to Port Nyanzaru, and you can...
Minus a turtle friend.
Minus a turtle friend. He can choose to return at a future date. But you can let the merchant princes and your faction contacts know what you've found out, and the confirmation that certainly the Yuan-Ti are behind all of this that's happening. But you seem, at least for now, have reached some kind of dead end in this particular stream of investigation. However, you are asked to remain vigilant and on the watch for future threats to the city, because for now, it seems like new danger is lurking on the horizon. And that is it for our adventure tonight. We're off for a couple of weeks now. We will return in a few weeks' time on the 18th of July. Alec will be running Over the Edge, and we'll be moving into Tier 2. We'll have some characters, some new characters joining us, a couple of new characters. But this is at least the last scheduled adventure for Raw, but perhaps he may come back in the future if time permits or opportunity permits and so forth. But thank you all for joining us. This has been 5 Foot
That was super
Step.
fun.
And we'll see you all on the other side. Thank you very much.